Today, mistakes were made. Mine was making a taco salad, eating it, and not thinking I was going to get the itis when this video should have been out 2-3 hours ago. That was the mistake I made. But I did make another one. Well, we're going to get into that because at this point you've probably seen the title of this video. And at the time when me and Jay wrapped up what Nintendo had to say, it was Metroid Samus Returns wasn't a thing that existed. Because even though I poked fun at it, it was like, for real, like, when I saw that part of the trailer where they showed off Metroid Prime 4, it was like, and I was like, oh shit, it's Metroid, it's the thing I really want. And then it was a 4, and then I started to come down off this immediate crack fiend high I had, and then it said Metroid Prime 4. Now see, here's the thing. I have played and beaten the first 3 Metroid Prime games inside and out, up and down, side to side, around and around, more times than you can count because I enjoyed those. But when Metroid Prime 3 ended, it was a thing that, like, well, yo, this was a space and time, not only within the canon of Metroid, but a way for us to experience Metroid. And I wasn't sitting up here in my head back then thinking, well, we'll never experience this type of gameplay again. But I thought when they brought back Metroid Prime, they would bring it back under another name and try to stick it some blank place in canon. Because given Metroid's current state of what it is at this moment, not including what Metroid Prime 4 may be and what Metroid Samus Returns is or is not, is, let's see. We got Metroid Prime, we got Metroid 1, Metroid 2, Metroid 3, then at some point there's Other M, and then there's Metroid 4, which is called Metroid Fusion. Weird thing, yeah, I know. You have plenty of blank spaces. That you have any blank space between anytime between, I would say, Other M and Fusion to do anything you want. Like, you can sit up here, you can float Metroid, any Metroid Prime game, the way that it deals in canon, like the side stories of what you haven't seen, with new this, new that, anywhere you want. So, I'm sitting up here, and because I gave myself the itis, but I'm telling you, that taco salad was fire as fuck. It gave me enough time to sit up here and be all about it, because I gave myself the fucking itis eating this damn taco sandwich of what it is that I'm looking for in a Metroid game. What is it that I'm looking for? Because when I watched the trailer for Samus Returns, it's like, I see you. I'm like, I see that, you know, that they trying to delve a little in what Other M gave us and trying to do somehow with that. Like, all I saw was Samus sitting up here doing counter shit and then shooting things and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yo, I'm with that. I'm with anything that has Samus Aran in it, because she is one of my favorite video game characters of all time. Because even before, when Other M tried to give that character some characterization, that I'm one of the few people in the universe that actually appreciated that there's a softer side to Samus Aran. That it's like, I don't think I've ever said this on a mic, so give me the opportunity to. Is Other M gave us something for Samus Aran that we had not previously at all. Samus Aran was a character that at that point hardly spoke, and when she did, it was simply to convey to you, the player, shit's fucked up, dog. Yo, control me, let me murk this shit, and we can move right along. Other M showed us that it gave Samus something that she didn't have until that point. A true human feel. That yes, you can be the baddest ass kicker in all the galaxy. But for me, as someone who loves the character, it's good to know that Samus has a heart too. And it's like, there were key things that, you know, that expressed that, especially when we got into, like, the remakes of, like, especially, I want to say, Zero Mission. Because the little bit that Zero Mission gives you is that it gives you a how Samus truly started. An orphan kid chosen by the Chozo race to become his ultimate warrior. And in that, you see that she grows up, and you see that she learns to love and care for and ultimately want to protect the people that gave us something when really took it all away. Other Rim went on that, and then it made you understand that the PTSD coming from what happened with the Metroid hassling, and yes, I'm spoiling it, which that is the whole crux of Other M, is that that's real life shit. And when the debate came up and stuff, I wanted to throw my hat in the ring, my 2 cents, my da this or whatever. But at the end of the day, I understood that people saw it a different way than I saw it, and that's perfectly A-O-fucking-K. It's okay. I played Other M, and even though you know that it wasn't my cup of tea control-wise, I enjoyed getting to fill in the blanks of Fusion. Another game that Metroid fans kind of hate because of its linearity, but I appreciated it because it was a great controlling video game, even with its linearity, and even given like what they could do in the future. And maybe that's what Metroid Prime 4 is. Maybe Metroid Prime 4 is after Fusion, which would be perfect, because see, that's all the canonical blank space you would ever need for Samus Aran to whoop ass, take names, chew bubblegum if there is bubblegum and space to chew, and let her put in this work and try to give you something. Because see, now things are different. Because what? When did... Let me see. Because I think Metroid Prime 3 came out in 2000... Let me see. I think 2007, I want to say. Yep. August the 27th, 2007. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. So, it has been almost 10 years. Well, it will be by the time whatever this game come out, because they say it's coming out in 2018. Is that it's been 10 years since Samus' last adventure. And like I said at the beginning of this, I played Metroid 3 in and out, up and down. I own the Metroid Prime trilogy, and then I own Metroid Prime trilogy. So trust me, I have gotten plenty of playtime with Miss Samus Aran in this new world. And then, like, when I first played Metroid Prime 1, and it was something to get used to, because it's like it was alien and it was very fucking strange to be sitting up here controlling wifey like this with this first person view. It was crazy. But once you got used to it, it felt like Metroid. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that was kind of the thing that I kind of feel that when I think about Other M that was missing, it's like it was missing that little itty bitty special thing. But then when you understand like the things that Team Ninja wanted to do versus the things that Nintendo would allow them to do, is that I'm like Metroid, I'm like Other M, for all the bullshit to get about his story. There were things that Team Ninja wanted to do, from my understanding, that Nintendo wouldn't let them do, mainly coming with the controls. Is that Nintendo's only mandate, from my understanding, is you have to be able to play this with the Wiimote. Why? See, at this point, 2017, I would love another Other M remake that says fuck a Wiimote. To be able to fully, because it's like, I think there may be Ocarina codes that allow you to play Other M with a controller, which might help it control a lot better. But regardless, and I don't want to negate this, so we're just going to say period. The end of the day, this is where we sit in the state of Samus Aran. What I'm ultimately gonna call this video when you see it, the Metroid Dread. It's this. Is given the current state of this franchise, it's like we have Federation Force. People shitted on that, but at the end of the day, I heard that was halfway decent. Then Dr. M64 sat up here and brought up the masterpiece of another Metroid 2 remake, and that got shut down by Nintendo so they could promote that game that was at. Right now, at this moment, E3 2017, right here, right now, we got Metroid Prime 4, which at this moment, as I'm recording this video, we know nothing about. And what we know about Metroid Samus Return is that Samus doing combos and blocking and then shooting things in weak spots. That's all we know. So when we know more, I'll get back on the mic. But I felt that, that because, like I said, and I'm willing to admit this. I'm still near the end of that playthrough of Super Metroid 3 that it took me damn near 3 years to finish. And I really want to finish it, but, you know, things have happened that have allowed me not to finish it. But given what the state of my one of my favorite franchises is, it may be time to go and dive on in and go and get the job done. That may be what it might be time for. So, with that being said, I want to thank y'all for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. I'm like, yo, I don't know if you haven't seen my playthrough so far, Super Metroid, you should at least watch the opening episode before I start playing the game. Because I take 8 minutes to explain my love for that franchise, my love for Samus Aran, my love for the adventures that we've been on together, and how much I appreciate Super Metroid is probably on Name a Day of the Week, where that game is the greatest video game that video games have ever spawned in history. That is what I believe about Super Metroid. Often imitated, never quite duplicated. That Super Metroid, that, you know, y'all, it's like for people that fuck with me all the time, y'all know my favorite video game of all time change every second. Right now is probably Gunstar Heroes, because I don't know, because I love fucking Gunstar Heroes. But regardless of that, I'm like, on my birthday, it may be Mike Tyson Punch Out for all I know. The end of the day is this. It's good that Nintendo listened. I'm just waiting for the follow through. I've had time to be ited up on this fucking fire ass taco salad to give me enough time to go from I get high to back down to normal triple, so I can understand what it is that we about to receive. So you never know what's coming, you never know what's going to do, but I'm like, again, I was initially mad on that video. If you guys listen to the run back of y'all sat up here got me hyped for Samus, and then said Metroid Prime 4, a game that, like I said, and it's like, it wasn't something that I was ready for, because I'm like, yo, you bringing back Samus, yo, it's time to bring back the 2D, the classic, the throwback. I'm like I said at the beginning, and it's like, it's bound repeating because we about to get out of here. Well, I honestly felt that everything that could be done with Metroid Prime was done in that trilogy Wonderful by the folks at Retro. Was done everything that you could do with Samus, all the stories that you could tell, throwback before it's time to go hunt down Mother Brain. It's been done. But I want to see what you can do with this Metroid Prime 4. I want to see what Samus Returns is going to be. What are you going to build from this? And we shall see. In the meanwhile, I'm going to say this. It ain't that hard. If you need a Metroid fix, or you just need a great video game to play, go down to download another Metroid 2 remake. A game that I have played and beaten more than fucking once, because that remake is just that damn good. Is that you appreciate it a lot more if you played Return of Samus. If you've done that. But if you haven't, you don't lose anything, but you still get a great game in return. So there you go. What I'm finna do, I'm finna turn this into a video, because only like I can. I want to thank y'all for joining me on this journey through my feelings about one of my favorite franchises and one of my favorite characters within video games. I love Samus Aran. I love her so much, and I appreciate the years and years and years of adventures that we have been on together as the greatest tag team in the world. That's how much I appreciate Metroid and everything that has given me. Shout out to Nintendo R&D 1. Thank you, all of you. Like I said, you guys created a wonderful work back in '87, and nothing can undo, nothing can change what it's going to be. I appreciate it all the same. So now I need to go find a mini-face guide and go hope for a remake of Kid Icarus Uprising, because, you know, we needed that like yesterday fucking day. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get up out of here, going to make this a video. I am, of course, the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that, the baby.